I mean, is it really worth it? YouTube, welcome back to a brand new video. I'm over here drinking my little pre-workout. Don't forget to buy some of this pre-workout, guys. Let's see what we got here. Go on Amazon, guys. Get you some of this pre-workout. I'm telling you, it's bomb. Yo, it's bomb. I've been getting really good reviews from it so far. Check it out. Let me know what you guys think. Drinking something right now. That's good, boy. Anyway, it's drama. It's drama in the fitness industry right now. So I wanted to touch on a topic today about Joey Stax and Big Boy, two influencers in the fitness industry right now. With Big Boy, you know, pretty much I think he's been on YouTube since 2014 or something like that. He started out with Rich Piana back in the day, and but you know, and then Stax is fairly new. He's newer. He's from Texas. I think he's from San Antonio. Obviously, Big Boy's from California, San Clemente, I think he's from. So, but he lives out in Southern California, something like that. But it's some drama going on, man. Some drama. So I just wanted to touch on it while it's a hot topic right now. I'm pretty sure you guys know who these guys are already. Yeah, you guys already know who these guys are already. I think this is kind of one of the videos that kind of started the whole little drama. I'm not 100% sure, but I do remember Joey Stax talking about how they were doing a bench press body weight competition, basically to see who could do the most reps and of their own body weight. I believe that was the competition. So, and whoever lost the competition, you know, they got, I think, thrown in the pool or something to that sort. So Cali did 36, I guess. But anyway, this is probably not what started the whole thing, but it kind of like we kind of stopped seeing Joey Stax like after that. Like we didn't really see Joey Stax after this. This was like 2020 as well. So like I said, I don't know if this is what started it, but as you see, Big Boy's he bigger, obviously, right here. This is before his weight loss journey. And I like both of these guys. I like Joey Stax because Joey Stax is he's like a working dude. He's like a real dude. Like he did time in prison. I think he did like 6 years in prison. He came back, obviously changed his life. He has kids. He has, I think he said he has like 3 kids, maybe 2 boys and 1 girl, something like that. I don't know his whole life story, but grew up in, rough neighborhood, got in some trouble, went to prison, back and forth, out of prison. And he pretty much just changed his life. He started doing, I don't know if it's landscaping or some type of construction, but he's a real dude. Like he started companies. He started his own companies, says he has like 5 companies. I think people can relate to somebody like that. More people can relate to somebody who is actually working, like, because the majority of us are working class people. We're not all YouTubers. We're not all fitness models, So if you find a way where you can do both, where you can do fitness, YouTube, your construction business or whatever, people are going to relate to that. A lot of people are going to relate to that. And they've been in trouble in the past. A lot of street dudes been in trouble and they ended up, bouncing back from that and, starting their own companies. That's dope. So that's something I definitely like about Joey Stax, because he actually gets out there and he works. Yeah, so this is stuff that people can relate to, somebody that actually gets out there and, gets to work. And I believe, I don't know if he started this company himself, but I know that he pretty much runs it. He does his thing. He goes to work. After that, he goes to the gym or does whatever. spends whatever time with his family. These are just things that people can relate to, and people respect that. And that's mainly why I follow his channel, because I'm a working man myself. So if you're able to do that and do YouTube and do fitness, come up with products or have something to sell. I believe he sells clothes as well. So that's pretty dope. I respect that. Yeah, and that's for Big Boy. Same thing, man. I've always liked Big Boy too. I don't have any thing bad to say about Big Boy. I think he's always been doing good from where he came from, as far as, being with Rich Piana and having those little issues that they have, and bouncing back from that and becoming what he's become. He's on top of things, man. He's got like, millions of followers. I think he has 1 million on Instagram. I'm not sure, but yeah, man, Big Boy's definitely doing his thing. He's doing his little weight loss journey right now. Only one thing I didn't like that Big Boy did one time is, well, I think he did it a few times. When he gets with Cali, sometimes they were going into McDonald's and they were, I don't know, they were causing issues in McDonald's to where the police had to come out there and do something. I thought that was pretty stupid, but other than that, Big Boy has been doing his thing. Yeah, as you can see here, he's doing his weight loss thing. He was 300 plus pounds, and now he's like 270, something like that. So yeah, everybody likes to see a turnaround like that. So you have to respect somebody who's doing that for themselves, That's pretty dope. Yeah, but anyway, I said all that to say, people have their own experiences with different people. So if Joey Stax had his issues with him, those are his issues. Same with Big Boy. If he had his issues with Joey Stax, those are his issues. Apparently, he was dropped from Strength Cartel somehow, or maybe Joey quit. I don't know. I don't really know what happened. Joey Stax took to the internet as of recently, and then basically started talking about Big Boy, and Big Boy really didn't say anything about it. He didn't really respond to it. I mean, he made a couple of jokes about it, but I'll just play a little bit of what Joey Stax said, and I'll let you guys, if y'all want to watch the video, if you're into fitness, you probably already seen it, so I'll just play a little bit of it.
And being my first offense, being charged as an adult, I have my lawyer bring it down. I told him the whole story. I got a 10. I ended up going and serving 3 the first time. Didn't get my act together, and ended up going back for another 3. You know what I mean? So a total of 6 years in prison, and I got a couple years in county altogether, just in and out of county, totaling about 8 years, But I just really was talking about prison with him. And yeah, I told him, he asked me how much time you did. And I was like, man, I did 6 years, you know what I'm saying? And that was a long time ago. I got out in 2012. I think this was about 4 years ago, you know what I mean? So I'd only been out for, 6 years or so, 7 years, something around there. And yeah, right after I told him I did 6 years, y'all know Big Girl. He's got to one-up you, even if he's got to lie about it. This clown tells me, oh, I did 8 years. What a joke. I come to find out from his own homies. This clown didn't do no 8 years. He barely even did 3 years. So what kind of grown-ass dipshit lies about going to prison for longer? What is wrong with you? Let me tell you, does.
So basically one of his issues is, when he first met him, I think it was at I don't know where it was at. I can't remember what he said, but they're talking about prison, and he's telling him how much time he did, and he feels like that. Big Boy tried to one up him, and feels like he always does that. As if going to prison is a good thing. It's not. I guess it gives you like some type of street cred or something like that, knowing that and people look at you different, especially if they've been to prison before, because they know what you went through, type of thing. So that was one of his issues, and of course he didn't find that out till later. that, because I don't know if maybe Big Boy did do 8 years. I don't know. Maybe he did do it. Maybe Stax got the wrong information. I don't know. Like I said, that's their issues, and everybody's got their own issues. So he took to the internet with this, right? And I'll play a little bit more just to see a couple things that he said.
Now getting into the bullshit, right? So boom, time goes on, and we're still hitting it off, man. We're chopping it up. I think everything's cool. Next thing we know, here comes the LA Fit. Big does exactly what he's supposed to be doing. Flies his athlete out there, pays for the room, pays for my flight. At this time, I still didn't have Ricky as my video guy. There was still no YouTube. I go down there, start showing love. I felt like it was still all love. And we're all growing together, man. And, around this time, I had already been with them, probably, because time flies, man, when I'm back here in Texas and they're in Cali. So it wasn't just like 1 month, 2 months, 3, nah, it was like 3 months had gone by, went to a shoot. Another 3-4 months went by. Then came, the Olympia. Another 3-4 months went by. 5 months. Here comes January is when the original LA Fit Expo was in January. And this was the year me and Ricky had met, I want to say, but he wasn't still my video guy. So I'm doing expos with him. I'm feeling the love, you know what I'm saying? LA Fit was the first time I met Big Mex. You know what I'm saying? Big Mex came in the picture. A great dude, one of my homies, still one of my homies, and will always be my homie. Make sure you go show some love to my boy Big Mex out there in Las Vegas. And yeah, man, he's like a brother to me. And at the time, I didn't know we were going to be so close. And I see this dude, never met him. And, I got all the banners and stuff here. And Big Mex isn't standing in with the homies. He just wanted to come show love. And this is when I really started to see how Big Boy was, Big Girl was. And this is how I started to see his shady side come out. He would basically, I said, hey, who's this guy, Big Mex, man? He's going to be SC. And he's like, nah, he's not SC, homie. He's just some dude that, he just wants to help out. He just wants to, he's not SC. He just wants to help out. He's just going to hold the line for us and sell some merch. But he's not SC. He's just going to help us. And I'm like, all right, homie, yeah, whatever. It's his show. It's his clothing line. I'm just wondering why this dude wants to come and help and show love if Big Girl's not going to show the same love back to this dude. You know what I'm saying? So we're taking pics. And guys, you got to understand, man, as fans, you guys don't see the real. Fake as fuck, homie. I can't believe it. You still believe in your own self. This guy cuts out everything. He cuts out so much that you don't see. He cuts out talking crap about his own fans. He talks shit about Texas non-stop. All my Texas people, guys, y'all are out here. It's about to be the American Fit Expo.
I'll stop it right there. I mean, that's basically what he made his point, basically. But y'all can go and it's like an hour-long video. It's almost an hour. It's like 54 minutes or something like that. But basically, he just says that he talks trash about, his fans behind their backs. That could be true. It may not be true. Like I said, I'm not biased towards either of them because I still like them both. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing biased about my opinion on that. There's other things that he said too about how, Straight Cartel, there's nobody there that started with Straight Cartel. There's nobody that's still there. And that could be a number of reasons, That doesn't mean they didn't want to be around Big Boy or nothing like that. That doesn't mean anything that's bad about his character. It could mean that. It may or may not be, but I don't know. These are all Joey's experiences. These are his experiences, and this is how he feels about it. So he felt like he wanted to take to the internet and let people know. And it seems like he did it right around the time the Texas Expo thing in Houston was going down, because that just recently happened. So I don't know if he timed that or he just had to get something off his chest, But he never said anything that He never said that he wanted to fight him or anything like that. Or, I mean, he called him outside his name plenty of times, you know, calling him big girl, or, you know, a bitch, this, that, and the other, you know. So when something like that happens, there's two things that you can kind of expect. Like, as far as Joey Stax, I mean, when you're attacking a man's character, you know, he could either come at you legally if he wants to, or he can come at you physically. That just depends on that man, you know, on what he wants to do. So Big Boy never really addressed it on camera. He said like some jokes about it, calling himself a hater, like in one of his videos with Lee, his cousin, you know what I mean? But he never really addressed it. So I guess, you know, he had plans to just, you know what, I'm gonna just meet up with this dude and see what happens.
What's up, fool? Let's get down, dog. Me and you, right here. Be a man, Stax. Come right here. Get down, dog. Nah, there's no 270 pounds, homie. You spoke up on me now, so one-on-one, dog.
One-on-one in the
No one's jumping. No one's jumping in. One-on-one. Me and you right now. One-on-one, dog. One-on-one, dog.
You're 270. What you
Oh,
want
so
to
you
do?
got a little thing in your hand?
Yeah, what you want to do? You're 270.
Oh,
What you
okay,
want to do,
okay. So
bully?
you got a weapon now?
What you want to do, bully?
Bully, okay, dog.
270?
One-on-one, man-to-man, dog.
So he rolls up on him at a Hilton, or I don't know whatever hotel this is, in the lobby, calls him out. And Joey Stax pulls out a knife, you know. Joey Stax pulls out a knife, and you know,
Look it, man-to-man. Spoke up on
Look
me.
at him. Look at I spoke the truth.
Yeah, so get
Yeah,
down,
so
man to man,
you
dog.
spoke
Hey,
Man
dog.
to man.
No one
You're
needs to jump in,
270.
dog. Own
You're
up to what you
270.
said, dog.
This is your
Own
man.
up to what you said, dog.
I did.
And throw hands,
I put it
homie.
right there, homie. I
Own
put
up
it
to
out
what you
loud for
said and throw
everyone to
hands,
see,
dog.
Homie.
Own up to.
so you know, basically telling him to own up to what he said, and Stax not really backing down from what he said. He's like, I said what I said, and that's what it is, you know. But you know, there's two ways guys can look at this, right? There's two ways. Let me play a little bit more.
What you said and throw
This
hands,
is what
homie.
you gonna get right here.
Yeah, see,
You're
dog, coward,
270.
homie. It don't matter, dog. This is the streets, homie.
Yeah.
Yeah, own up.
So
Okay,
what
let's
you
go
wanna
in the
do?
ring then, homie. Let's go in the ring. If that's what you want to do, is go in the ring.
270 in the ring.
It don't matter, dog. You spoke up on it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
A coward, dog. A straight
I want
coward.
everyone
This
to know
fool.
the truth. The
It
truth
doesn't.
about
Okay,
him.
dog. So answer to me now. Answer to me, dog.
Right here, homie.
Okay, with the fucking shank on you, dog.
Yeah, what's up? You're 270.
It doesn't matter, homie. Be a man, dog.
Yeah, this
Get
is
down with me
right
one on
here,
one.
homie. This is the streets. Remember what you want. Even,
Yeah, dog.
Fair. 270.
Get down with me then, homie. Throw fucking hands with me.
This is even right
Hey,
here.
now-
Yeah, so that's what happened when he rolled up on him. So that's how he wanted to handle it, you know. So he just felt like, you know, I'm not gonna say anything on the internet. I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna confront this guy, and I'm gonna challenge him, basically. And once he challenged him, Joey pulled out a knife. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, there's two ways you can look at this. You know, Joe Stax is getting a lot of hate right now because he pulled the knife out, right? What I disagree with the way Big Boy approached the situation. Mainly because not that you can't fight a man that's calling you outside your name. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you can't challenge somebody. You can't challenge a man or anything like that. The thing is, the way you did it is like, first off, it's unsafe. It's unsafe. It's a lose-lose situation for both of you guys. And Big Boy didn't start it. He didn't start it. Joey started it. He started it by, bringing it up and, calling Big Boy outside of his name. But he did that on his channel. That's his channel. He could do whatever he wants on his channel. that's the way he feels about you, then that's the way he feels about you. Whatever. There's plenty of fans out there that talk mess to people over the internet, and you can't just beat up everybody who talks bad about you, right? Especially when you are who you are. Now, what I mean by that, I mean that Big Boy is he's become his own type of icon, right? He has millions of subscribers. Joey has a lot of subscribers too. He has less subscribers than him. But you don't need to go down that route and confront him like that, especially in an expensive hotel where, let's say you guys do get in a fight. Y'all both going to go to jail. Both of y'all going to go to jail. That's why it's a lose-lose situation. Neither one of you guys are going to win. And what if he stabs you? What if he stabs you? Now you're wounded, possibly, dead. You could die. You know what I mean? And people are talking about, Joey Stax, like, can't believe he pulled out a knife. This is the streets. You don't do that. Yes, you do. You do that on the streets by any means necessary. When you get into a fight with somebody, not like in high school, like when you're in high school and you fight somebody, it's more controlled, right? At some point someone's going to break it up. Nobody's really going to die from a high school fight, right? Because at some point it'll get broken up, right? And that could happen in the streets too. It might not. You could bump your head on the curb. Somebody could like stomp you out or something like that, and really either kill you or injure you real bad, So you don't know what mind state that Stax is in. He's in survival mode at this point. And anybody who gets in survival mode is like, I'm coming out of this alive by any means necessary, And then especially with both of those guys going to prison and being in prison and stuff like that, you think those guys fight fair in prison? You always see movies of people pulling out shanks and, always stabbing somebody. Nobody really wants to go toe to toe with another man, knowing that he could possibly be injured real bad. So yeah, people in fights, man, people pull each other's hair. You see girls fighting like that. They always pull each other's hair. They'll titty twist somebody. If you a dude, you'll kick somebody in the balls. Like, that's not fighting fair. If you hit somebody in the balls, that ain't fighting fair. But in the streets, nothing is fair. So if you get stabbed in a fight, that's what happens, man. You know what I mean? So basically what Stax is saying is like, if you come at me, this is what you're going to get. This is what I have for you, And, a lot of people were saying, you got a G card pool and stuff like that. I don't agree, because I think when you're in a fighting situation, I think anything goes, especially if it's in a street fight. Like, you going to grab anything you can. I've seen people hit people over the head with trash cans, bottles, just fighting, Now, if you agree to fight somebody, a one-on-one fight, you have an agreement that you're going to fight this person, and you can do it. You guys both got money. You know what I'm saying? You guys can both set up some type of charity or something like that, set up a fight to where you guys can really fight one-on-one for real and see who wins, right? You guys could both do that. If it came down to that, because of the weight class and, with Big Boy being 270, he's not just 270. He's an active 270. Like, this guy boxes. He's he lifts weights. He's very active. Like, he's not a fat guy. Like, some people like Joey Stax calls him a fat dude, fat blob. But I don't agree. I don't think that he's just a fat sloppy dude. Like, he knows what he's doing in the ring. So that's going to be a tough matchup for Stax, So I understand why he doesn't agree to fighting him, and he never said he wanted to fight him. So he just basically he pulled out the knife because that's what he felt was going to protect him.
You understand? It doesn't matter if you think you pulled my G card. Coming from you, that means absolutely nothing. And anybody who supports you that says, oh, you pulled Stax's G card. No, homie, you just didn't get stabbed by Stax. Do you understand? Because that was for real gonna happen if your dumb ass would have came at me. I didn't want to step in your vicinity because I would look like the aggressor. I'm smarter than you, you fucking dumb rock. Remember, you're as smart as a rock, big boy. I'm gonna sit back, let you bump all your little gums like you do all the time in California, blah, 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 you in Cali, not addressing not one motherfucker. Then you wanna come here with all your friends behind you, and you wanna try to call somebody out 70 pounds smaller than you and say one-on-one, fair fight, let's go right here in the Hilton. No, homie, we're gonna go one-on-one in the Hilton. I'm gonna make it a fair fight by evening the odds just like I did, and your little bitch ass backpedaled real quick, didn't you? Right. I thought you'd been to prison, homie. You ain't never seen a knife before? I seen plenty of them. I've used plenty of them. Like I said, homie, you're not threatening me. You're not gonna do a damn thing to me, or else it's gonna end up very bad for you. You understand? This isn't no fucking game. I ain't playing no fucking game with you. This ain't for YouTube exposure. I'm over here exposing your ass for how fake you are, period. There ain't no fair in the streets. You a G, right? You a gangster, you calling me a bitch, and you pulled my bitch card.
Yeah, so that was pretty much the after effect. Nothing happened. You guys can go back and watch the video. The first one was what Big Boy had posted, and but he went towards the end and he did some ranting and basically said he pulled his G card and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what it is, man. And so like I said, I'm not biased against either one of these dudes. They both did what they did. Honestly, if Stax would have never made the video about him, none of this would have happened, right? But at the same time, Stax could do whatever he wants. He's a grown ass man. He could, if he wants to make a video about Big Boy, he can make it. That's his truth. That's what he feels happened. That's what happened in his eyes. You know, those things that he said, that's what happened in his eyes. Big Boy doesn't see it that way. Big Boy sees it as, you're lying on me, saying none of that stuff happened. What you're saying is a lie. That was his way of addressing it. But one thing Stax said that was true is that if something would have went down, Big Boy does look like the aggressor. He looks like the aggressor because, it's all on film. When you record stuff like that, that's evidence enough. People could just, the cops could just pull up YouTube and see, okay, this is what happened. This is what he did. Joey Stax was in the hotel, doing his own thing, and Big Boy approached him and challenged him, at a hotel inside of a private business type of thing, So he's now, if Stax would have just went up to him and stabbed him, now it's Stax's fault. Now it's his fault. You should have just, basically stood your ground. And I don't even know if Texas has that law where you stand your ground, like, kind of like Florida type of thing. Probably does, you know what I'm saying? When you've been in the system, you kind of know the laws of what you can and can't do, right? So his thing was, I'm going to just stay back here. And if he approaches me, then this is what you're going to get. His thing is, I'm going to even the odds by any means necessary. I'm not going to fight you. Man up. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to risk my life and let you, put out all your anger on me and fight you and let you do whatever you want. He knows, he watches this video. He knows how active this guy is, that this guy can fight. Not saying that Stax can't fight. He could fight too, maybe. He said he boxed before a little bit too, but when it comes to a one-on-one fight, a professional boxing fight, there's rules to that stuff. If you want to challenge somebody to an actual boxing fight, that's totally different. You know, weight class may or may not matter because you can't do certain stuff. It's all about skill then, right? You know, you want two weight classes to be the same. You want them to be the same so it's not uneven, you know what I mean? But a street match is totally different. Like if you take Mayweather in the streets, you know, he's not going to be knocking people out left and right. You know, he's probably going to get beat up, you know, because it's a street fight. It's not the same. It's not the same as boxing. You may be able to dodge a couple of punches and everything like that. But once this bigger guy, you know, decides to choke you out or something like that, or put all his weight on you, then you're most likely going to lose. So a street fight and a boxing match or a kickboxing match is not the same. They're just not the same thing. So, I think Big Boy has a lot more to lose. But at the same time, Joey Stax has a lot to lose too, seeing that they've both been in prison, and you know, if you go back into the system, you know, that could be bad for you, right? So yeah, I think they could have been handled totally different. I understand where Big is coming from. You don't want somebody talking about you and messing up your potentially messing up your business or losing some followers or whatever. But when you're at that level, it's kind of like if Drake gets in a confrontation or a rap battle with Meek Mills or what's his name from Clips. You know what I mean? It's really not that big of a deal. You know, if Pusha T comes at you and he wins that battle, that doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't really mean anything as far as your well-being. You know, how many fans you have. You're not going to lose fans because Meek Mills or Pusha T makes a diss record about you and, you know, they end up winning the battle or something like that. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because a lot of people feel like that Pusha T won that battle, but does it matter? Are we all still Drake fans? Are we all still Pusha T fans? Are we all still Meek Mills fans? It doesn't matter. That stuff blows over and it's all over. Now, if they would have went to the streets and start fighting over it, you know, doing some like Biggie and Pac type of stuff, or, you know, not saying that, you know, that's what happened to them, but when you die, you die. That's it. It's over. You know what I'm saying? It's game over. You don't get to make any more records. If you're a YouTuber, you don't get to make any more YouTube videos over something small like that. So I just wanted to make this video to you know, let all the guys know, the ladies, you know, if you're in this position where you feel like you have to confront somebody, you know, think about the ways that you can do it, because all this stuff was premeditated, right? Big Boy had a plan. He had a plan to go up there and confront this guy. So it's all premeditated. Whatever happened, he could have thought that through and made a better decision. Luckily, luckily Stax had that knife. You know, luckily he did take out a knife. It was actually good that he took it out because it made Big Boy backpedal. He's not dumb as a rock, as Stax says, because he has brains enough to know, okay, I'm not going to approach this dude with no knife. You know what I'm saying? Game over. You know, I'm just going to talk my mess about him and bounce, because, you know, this is not worth my life or getting stabbed. You could say that, go back to California and talk mess about Stax, and which y'all can do that. Y'all can just keep doing that because it's safer that way. It's safer that way for both of you guys. I thought it was unsafe for Big Boy to even go to Texas and pull that type of stunt, because it doesn't matter how hard you are or how, you know, what you think, but when you go to somebody else's neighborhood, somebody else's state, you gotta be careful. Maybe you have people out there already, but you have to be careful about stuff like that, because even though Stax isn't from Houston. He's from Texas. So, which is not that far away from San Antonio, where he's actually from. So this is his place. This is his house, basically. When you go to somebody else's house and do that, it looks cool on video. It looks like you hardcore and everything like that, but it's very dangerous when you do something like that because you just don't know. You don't know who he knows. So, yeah. So I think that they should have talked about that before they did it. But thank God nothing happened to either one of them. I'm actually glad Stax pulled out that knife because they didn't get in a fight. Because if they would have gotten a fight out there, they would have both been in jail, and that would have been that. You know what I mean? Then the next day or something at the Fit Expo or something like that in Houston, they saw them again. They were still talking, but nothing happened, which was good. But yeah, so guys, you guys end up in this type of situation. Just try to make better decisions. Even though you can fight, you can box. That's cool and all, but use those skills to protect yourself. Use that fighting stuff to make sure you know how to handle yourself if something really does go down. Because I think that all dudes should know how to fight. I think all of you should take some type of boxing lessons or get a punching bag or know what it feels like to actually, fight with somebody, because those skills could be used one day. If somebody's trying to, whatever. Because even though I punch the bag all the time, right? But I still carry something with me. I still carry a pistol with me for protection. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't matter if you could fight or not. Sometimes you may just need to just pull out your weapon and use it. People have been doing that since the beginning of time. Nobody fights fair. War, even in war, you out there sniping people. You know what I'm saying? They're out there putting landmines. That's basically cheating. This is a fight and y'all are cheating. You're using weapons. Nobody's going hand to hand. Nobody's, I'm going to go fight these guys. I'm going to go to this other country and fight these people. Nah, man, you use weapons. You pull out a pistol. You pull out a rifle, an M4, M16, missiles. Sometimes you just fly over their area and just bomb it. Is that not cheating, or is that not a fair fight? It's not a fair fight, right? You're just going to go over the country and just drop a bomb over the country? Dang. But that's how it is. That's how it is. You guys aren't agreeing to something. You guys are having a disagreement. It's time to go to war. Anything goes in the war. Anything goes in the streets. So just remember that if you challenge somebody to a fight in the street, just know that anything can happen. They could pull out a gun. They could pull out a knife. So understand that when you're going to challenge somebody, even if they're smaller than you, that person, like Stack said, his feeling was, I'm going to even the odds. You're bigger than me, and I'm not going to let you beat me up. I'm going to just make sure that I stab you. So at the end of the day, guys, just be safe. And, I still follow both of these guys. I still like both of them. So no biased opinions on either one of them. I'm going to continue to watch both of their videos. I just hope that they end up squashing this stuff and just leave it at that, Anyway, don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe. What do you guys think? You guys think I'm tripping? That Stax he shouldn't have pulled out a knife. He got his G card pull. You know what I'm saying? You think Big Boy did the right thing? You think he should have went up there and just, challenged him to a duel? You know what I mean? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe. Don't forget to go to Amazon. Go and buy your pre-workout. Make sure you guys are lifting, working out, boxing. Yeah. Check it out. Follow my Instagram. Follow it right here. Follow it right here, man. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think about the video. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace.